Hello, this is Awesome Team Name. We are members of group number 5, students attending Penn State Road Campus and enrolled in IST110. The team members in this group are Brandon Allenton, Henry Hampson, Ryan Boensch, Nelson Sanchez, and Daniel Sarin. As part of our group collaboration, we are tasked with creating a video discussing the technology. ATN is excited to present a brief overview discussing viruses as it relates to digital technology for our topic of interest. Without further ado, let's get into it. A virus is most easy to relate to a biological virus, cold or flu. It acts in a very similar digitally the way that the biological world examples do. Coughing, sneezing, sharing infected items, or even sharing handshakes can transmit an infection in a biological world. Viruses function in a similar manner, just digitally. Viruses embed themselves in a file or program, which allows it to spread infections as it travels. Infections from a virus can have many effects. Some infections can create annoying pop-ups or internet redirects, whilst more severe infections can cause damage to software and hardware. A virus cannot spread by itself without human action. Worms are similar to a virus and sometimes mistaken for a virus. The biggest difference between them is that a worm can spread infection without a host or any human interaction. Worms are typically thought of as the worst kind of infection, as they can replicate hundreds, thousands, and even millions of times in a single system, which can halt any system's functionality. The potential for a large-scale infection is very likely with this type of malware. A Trojan disguises itself as a legitimate file or program. It causes harm when the disguised malware is opened, executed, or initiated on a system. Because Trojan malware is disguised as something legitimate, the system users are commonly infected by this type of malware. Trojans are notorious for creating a backdoor on your system which allows your data to be compromised. Trojans do not replicate or reproduce like viruses and worms. So now that we have the basic understanding of what a virus is and how it functions differently than other malware, let's take a closer look specifically at how viruses work. Viruses typically contain 3 main stages in their code, which allows them to work. Part 1 is infection. A virus searches, locates, and infects files or disk space. Part 2, the trigger. The virus awaits certain conditions to be met or events to happen to activate the trigger or deliver the payload, i.e. mouse clicks, program launch, restarts, etc. Part 3, the payload. The harmful activity that occurs after the trigger is met, which can range in severity from pop-ups to complete system failures. Well, who made viruses and why? Viruses began as an idea from John von Neumann in the late 1940s. He discussed and lectured a theory which speculated that a mechanical organism could cause damage to machines, infect new hosts, and spread in much the same way that a biological virus can. Not long after this theorization, viruses became a real thing when in 1971 Bob Thomas created Creeper. To see a self-replicating program was even possible. Creeper was not malicious. An infected machine would display, "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can," and then Creeper would remove itself and travel to a new machine. Since Creeper, there have been many self-replicating programs designed with different intent. Some were written to intentionally act maliciously by slowing systems' performance, and others were written with intent to protect copyrighted software, while some were written as practical jokes. It didn't take long for the face of the viruses to grow regardless of their original intent. By the 2000s, malware took a significant revolutionary step in the way we see them today. Broadband networks allowed malware to travel directly over the internet, through email, websites, and networks. The I Love You virus created during this evolution estimated to cost over $100 million in monetary damages. Viruses continually grow with new technology and adapt to the way people use the internet. In 2008, the Kubeface virus affected many social networking sites by propagating its own posts and replies while also relaying stolen information to its source. Kubeface also acted as a command center which would allow its source to control it to perform a variety of other tasks as well. A recent virus called Goner in 2017 is spread via email and attempts to destroy your anti-malware/virus software before positioning itself to spread further and deeper into your system and others in the internet. The future of viruses still revolve around their 2 main purposes, for monetary and informational gain. We have already seen a new trend in virus production in recent years emerge as ransomware. As people and businesses start to adapt to ransomware by utilizing off-site backup storage such as cloud services, attackers will change their tactics and turn to maintain their revenue and information gathering. This will most likely come in the form of exploiting your IoT devices. These devices track our location, run our vehicles, monitor our homes, as well as many other uses. Unfortunately, these devices also lack the same security measures that we expect from our PCs and networks. The infiltration of IoT devices will generate both revenue and information for these would-be attackers. Should I ever turn on my computer again? Malware is a scary thing, and as in our biological life, viruses in particular can be quite a nuisance to deal with. But there's a significant number of dedicated people who strive hard to protect us and create a digital medicine. Every case of new virus or other malware only helps to create a stronger, safer, and more robust solution to these problems. Here are some ways you can do to help reduce your own risk while also contributing to the community to resolve problems. Get an antivirus and anti-malware program and schedule frequent scans. Update your software, operating system, and other applications frequently. Secure your wireless connections on all your devices. Back up all important data and software. Create strong passwords and use different passwords for each account. Physically secure your device when you are away from them. Think about suspicious links, web pages, or other potential harmful things before you act. Don't make yourself a target by posting winning lottery tickets on social media. And report your problems to the antivirus and malware providers.